Hi there. This is, once again, Beta to Sony. In case you didn't see my first video, I am doing a little bit of a video blog, I guess, on my religion, which is paganism, kind of as I go through it. So the first one was kind of like, what is magic, and what is paganism? You don't have to do magic because you're pagan. You don't have to be pagan because you do magic. It's kind of like karate. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual work. And what magic is. I mean, you know, what you can't do, what's logical to even try, what's just don't do it. One thing that a lot of people say is that they don't have the stuff. That they they can't get a robe, an athame, blah blah blah. You don't have to have them. You don't. Some of that stuff makes it easier, like it would make things a lot easier. I mean, if you could get like your herbs and stuff like that, because that's just gonna make it easier. But you don't have to have them. And I'm gonna show you a couple ways to kind of simplify what you need. For instance, anytime you're doing a purifying, a protection spell, almost every spell will require an herb, or like a purifying agent, which a lot of times is an herb. Best one, most common one, is sage. Well, you might say, well, I can't find the smudging sticks. You know, you don't have to have them. This is what I use. Because, I mean, like I said in my first video, I'm only 16. I can't just go out and find smudging sticks. I mean, try explaining that to your parents, you know. So this is just sage, a little bottle from Walmart. Like, not even $1, like 14 cents. And you can't do it like normal sage, like the smudging sticks. But what you can do is you can take a match and light it, stick it down in there, and blow it out real quick. I mean, because you don't want to melt the plastic, but you want to kind of burn some of the sage. And as it burns, it'll smoke, and you have your smudging. It's like a smudging bottled smudging sticks. There you go. And like I said in my first one, I'm from Alabama. I will redneck this crap up. Second, depending on if you're into this, if you're into scrying and divination, this is something that I got in Tennessee on vacation. It's just quartz, and then I put it on a necklace strand, so if I wanted to, you know, just put it around and fasten it, and it's a necklace. But it can also be used as a scrying crystal. Any gem like that, quartz, I've heard of people using onyx. I have a, I don't know if you can see it, let me try and find it. Where's my camera at? There it is, okay. That right there is a wind chime that I have. I forget what the name of the rock is, but anything that's like pointed like that, can be used as a scrying crystal. Anything natural, you know, like any clear, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be clear. I guess usually it's either white or clear. I mean, just because you want clarity in your divination, you don't want your interpretation of things to be smudgy and, you know, magic is very literal, and then also very not so literal. It's really confusing sometimes, depending on how you do it. Like if you want clarity, use a clear crystal, but like when you're using tarot cards, the meanings can be a little less spot on, you know. I mean, I'm sure you understand what I mean. Okay. One thing, I actually had someone ask me one time, you know, can you use a crystal ball? Is that real? It is a form of divination. It is shamanic. What's shamanic, and I may be pronouncing that wrong. If I am, sorry. What shamanic magic is going into a trance. Putting yourself into, instead of bringing magic from its realm to ours, or not really a realm, but that's what I can think to describe it, but instead of bringing magic to us, we go to magic. The powers that be, the goddess, whatever you believe in. This is, and once again, this is how I interpret magic, how I do magic, how I understand magic. You don't have to believe anything that I'm saying. You don't have to do it that way. That's my disclaimer. Anything you see in any of my videos, there's a billion ways to do it. This is just what I've learned. But anyway, so crystal ball magic is real, as long as you do it right. And I've kind of been playing around with it. I've not gotten into it serious. Crystal balls are not easy to come by in Alabama. I would have to order it offline, and once again, try to explain that to your parents. So what I have here, no joke, is a fushigi. One of those little fushigi balls, you know, you are supposed to be able to go, woo, and it looks like it's floating and all that stuff, yeah. I can't actually get it to work. I'm not coordinated enough to do it. But what it is good for is as a crystal ball. Even though it's not actually crystal, it still works. Very well, actually. Because, like I said, that crystal ball magic is divination, and it is shamanic divination. Anyway, so what you do is you just look at the ball, and you focus, and you kind of look not at the ball, but into the ball. And you just kind of meditate, and eventually you're supposed to lose yourself in it. And that's how that works. I'm not a professional. I am not very good at this yet. I am practicing. My favorite form of divination is tarot. I'm very good at tarot readings. I can do 2 different spreads. Those are the 2 that I like anyway. I don't have tarot cards. Unfortunately, I want to get some, but as of right now, I don't have any. There's a psychic in town, has her own shop, and I'm thinking about going and seeing if maybe she has tarot cards for sale. I doubt it, but we might see. Anyway, so last thing that I could tell you that's going to be easy for you to get, and you can use, is a candle. Candle magic is one of the most easy magics there is. And it's actually really widely used, because a candle can be used, once again, for the shamanic trances. It really helps you kind of focus. If you just stare at the flame, you know, once it's lit. It provides fire for, like, if you're wanting to do a spell where you, there's a type of spell where you just, like, write down what you want to happen pretty much, and you just meditate and focus on it, really put yourself into what you want to happen, and you take that piece of paper and you light it on fire. That's great for that, and especially if you get there's different, each candle means something different. If I'm not mistaken, blue is like, healing and something else. Like I said, I'm not a professional at any of this. These are just things I'm learning as I go. That's the whole point of these videos, is for you to kind of see different views, a different view on things. There's thousands of videos out there for new witches. There really is, and if you don't believe me, you can look. There's thousands of them, but not a single one of them is from our perspective, the new witch. Most of them are like older witches, and I'm not talking like old people, but I'm talking like, you know, 24, 25-year-old people who've been a witch for years. They know exactly what they're doing, and we don't. And I really want it would have made me feel when I first, kind of came out of the broom closet. It would have made me feel better to know that there was someone like me. Someone else who was going through the things I was going through. Not really knowing what I'm doing, feeling like I'm an outcast, both to the Christians that I live with, and then also to all the witches, because they're sitting there, well, you don't know what he's doing. It's okay. It really is. You'll make it through, and we're gonna make it through together. Any questions? Let me know. I'd love some comments. My first video has 1 comment right now, and I mean, it's only been up for a day, but 50 billion people in the world. I thought someone would watch it by now, but anyway. So, I guess that's gonna be all for this video. Once again, on tools and stuff like that. I think my next one is gonna be into active powers and passive powers. It's gonna be pretty fun. It's kind of difficult to explain, though. Anyway, blessed be. I will talk to y'all later.